You ever look around and just wonder, how do some people seem to earn so much more than others without looking like they're working any harder? It's a real puzzle, right? But the difference is almost never an accident. Turns out, they're often playing by a completely different set of rules. And today, we're going to open up that exact playbook.
Just think about it for a second. Have you ever had that feeling where no matter how many extra hours you clock in, no matter how much harder you grind, your income just kind of hits a wall? It's a super frustrating place to be, and it's a huge sign that you might be playing the wrong game.
Okay, let's get right into it, because this slide, this is the core idea of this whole explainer. The myth we're all told is that effort equals results. You work more, you get more. Simple. But the reality, the equation that high earners use, is totally different. It's effort times leverage equals results. We're not talking about addition here. We're talking about multiplication.
So to really understand that new equation, we've got to first break down the old one. Let's start with this really powerful and often pretty misleading idea, the hard work myth.
You know, when we talk about pure effort, what we're really talking about is your personal labor, the work you do with your own two hands. And it has two hard limits, your time and your energy. This creates something the source material calls financial fragility. Think about it. If your income is tied directly to your hours, it stops the second you do. Doesn't matter if it's for a vacation, an illness, or just, to sleep.
And this number right here just nails the point home. Everyone gets 168 hours in a week. You can't hustle your way to more time. This number is the great equalizer, and it's the absolute unbreakable ceiling of any income model that's based purely on your own effort. You will always run out of hours to sell.
So if effort alone just hits a wall, how in the world do you break through it? Well, this brings us to that multiplier in our new equation, the one concept that changes the entire game, the power of leverage.
Now, the key word here, the word that changes everything, is amplify. See, leverage isn't about working more. It's about making the work you already do create a much, much bigger result. It lets you get a totally disproportionate return on your effort. You're not working harder, you're using a multiplier to work smarter.
And look, leverage isn't just one thing. It comes in a bunch of different forms. It can be tools and tech that let one person do the work of 10. It can be capital, literally, money working for you. It can be coordinating a team. And, what's so critical in today's world, it can be scalable skills. Things like writing code or creating content that you build once, but it can serve thousands or even millions of people.
Okay, so knowing what leverage is, that's one thing. But actually using it, that's another. To apply it effectively, you have to get that not all work creates the same amount of value. Not even close. It's all about climbing what we'll call the value ladder. Let's just walk up this ladder real quick. At the very bottom, you've got labor. That's the direct, one-to-one trade of your time for money. It's the most capped level there is. Take a step up, and you're at coordination. Managing other people gives you leverage over their time, but it still has its limits. Above that, ideas. A really powerful idea can scale like crazy, influencing millions. And at the very, very top, systems. These are the assets, a business, a piece of software, an investment that generate results even when you're not there.
And this brings us to a really counterintuitive but absolutely crucial principle. It's not about how hard you can push against a brick wall, it's about finding the door. It's all about choosing your position over simple exhaustion.
I mean, just let that quote sink in for a second. Markets reward structure, not struggle. Your income doesn't grow because you feel burnt out or because you think it's fair. It grows when you're positioned correctly inside a system, a structure that's built for scale.
And a huge part of getting into that right position is just being decisive. Progress explodes when you make clear commitments. Hesitation, second-guessing everything, that just kills your momentum. Building wealth favors clear, deliberate action that points all your resources in one single direction.
So, let's make all of this really tangible. What does applying these principles, leverage, value, positioning, what does it actually look like in the economy we live in right now? This chart really paints the picture, doesn't it? Over on the far left, you've got that traditional time-based work. Its income potential is, by its very nature, low. In the middle, you see scalable skills, which have a much higher ceiling. But then look all the way to the right. The highest potential, by a long shot, is in systems and assets. Why? Because their growth isn't tied to your personal time. And here are some real-world examples of what those high-leverage activities look like today. Creating digital content, building intellectual property,
automating systems. You see the theme, right? They're all about building structures that work for you, extending your reach way beyond your own physical presence.
So when you boil it all down, it really comes to a fundamental shift in your mindset. The capped mindset thinks hard work is the answer, that the only value is in labor, and it gets totally hung up on seeking fairness. The wealth mindset, it understands leverage is the key. It knows true value is in systems, and it focuses on seeking strategic positioning. It's the difference between just working more and building structures that work for you.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The one question this entire framework really leaves us with. As you go about your day, your week, your entire career, just ask yourself this one thing. Are you focused on building up your hours, or are you focused on building a system? The answer to that question? Well, it might just change everything.